We are Peter and Gloria Joubert. For those of you who are meeting them for the first time, Peter and Gloria are part of our president's team, which is our elite team, people who have achieved significant success in the NeoLife business, and not only success in their own business, they are on our president's team because they have helped many other people step up and create incredible success in their own NeoLife businesses. Peter and Gloria Joubert have been NeoLife distributors since 1977. Now you do the maths. I think that works out to be about 43 years. Okay, so we got 43 years experience on the line with us that's going to be sharing with us this evening. They've built an extensive business throughout South Africa, Southern Africa. They have a large business in Ghana and Nigeria. So they really have walked this journey. And so I asked Gloria to jump on the call. And as always, as NeoLife family, what I love about it is we have these leaders that are so willing to share their information, share their skills, share their knowledge, what works, what doesn't work. And that's what we're going to try and dig out of you tonight, Glor. Now, last week we launched our retention toolkit, and we spoke about the two aspects of retention. Number one, we spoke about reaching out to distributors in your team that are not really active, and how we can re-engage with these distributors, and we can get them using the product again. We can get them engaged in the business, talking to other people about the product, about the opportunity. And then the second thing we looked at is how we can keep the new distributors that you're getting into your bucket, into your business, how we can keep them in your business, and not only keep them in your bucket or your business, but keep them actively using the product and actively talking to other prospects about the product and about the opportunity. Okay, so that's what we focused on last week. And tonight we're going to take a look at another aspect of retention, and that is your customers. And now Gloria is an expert. She's an absolute authority when it comes to building and retaining a significant customer base. And I say expert because the tips and the skills that she will share with you tonight, they're not based on theory, on books that she's read or information she's heard. It's based on what Gloria has done and what actually works, and what will grow your customer base and what will retain your customer base. But before we talk about retaining your customers, Glor, let's first take a look at and talk about the importance of building a customer base. In your opinion, why is it so important for not only new distributors, but all distributors to have a foundation of a solid customer base?
Well, Drew, I think the customer base, that's where you're getting a good income from. So a customer base is very important to be able to have that extra income. You're getting that money that helps you basically every month. It's just so easy. So I would say that customer base is one of the most important parts that we ourselves can do and be in control of.
Absolutely. And I think when we talk about a customer base, if we bring it back to 3 daily success habits. So we've got to be using the product, but then that second habit, which is that money-making activity, is sharing the product and sharing the opportunity. And often we'll go out and share the opportunity with our name list, with our prospects. And very often they say no. It's not unusual. Somebody will say, no, I'm not interested in your business. But that customer is a great fallback position. Okay, I'm not interested in the business, but hey, I'd like to try your products. And I just think sometimes your customers can be, I know we have so many of these stories, your customers can become some of your strongest distributors. So customers are really, really important. Right. But just to attach a value to that point that you spoke about, initially in this business, your retail profit is a key area of your income. And so, somebody who, the first key step in our business, I would say, is senior manager. And if you achieve senior manager in your first or second month, your 1,000-point business might earn a sales volume bonus check of 1,700 Rand, as an example. But I know a 1,000-point business can have an approximate retail value of about 3,000 Rand. So you can nearly earn up to 5,000 Rand through your business in the first or second month if you factor in that retail profit from your customer base. Okay. And okay, so that is the importance of a customer base. What would You know, when you found yourself a new customer, okay, what are some of the things that you would do with that new customer to make them a good customer?
Well, I think what we have to realize with our customers is that they are somebody who's looking for a good quality product, because that's what happens with our product. We have a lot of referrals of people saying, your products are great, tell me about them. So we know that we have the best of the best. So we've got great products to actually help us in that. So when you have a high quality product, it actually makes it a lot easier, because when you have a product that you can trust, you can actually share it with other people very easily. And the only way you'll find that out is when you use them yourself. So if you're not using them yourself, you're not going to be able to share. So I know you can't start right away using everything, but you've got to start with the basics. And the basics for me is home care. Every single one of us needs to clean our homes. Maybe it's because that's the way I started. When we started in the business, there was only home care and a few personal care products. And later on in the year, the company introduce a few other products. So the home care is, for me, always a very good place to start. It's a good place to even start your new distributors on, because it's a product they need to use every day. It's a product all your family need to use it, because a lot of people say, oh, I don't believe in nutrition, or I don't do this, but they clean their homes. So that's your foot in the door. So you start with a product that they are using, and then you get going to open doors later on for other products when they get more used to what you're actually doing. But our home care products are the most amazing products. Just a little, I was nursing. One of my colleagues shared the business with us, and Pete wasn't too excited. I'd said, yes, we'd be there, but off we tootled in Durban in January, in the middle of that January heat, and he had to put on a suit and a tie. So he wasn't very excited, but off we went. And I was very excited when they spoke about Super 10 and how it was child safe, because I nursed children daily that had household products in their homes that they drank, and they landed up having to be hospitalized. Some of them, unfortunately, even died. So for me, that was a very, very tender spot. And I knew that every person I knew with children needed our products. And that's what I suggest that you need to do. You need to know. Target people, tell them the products that you're using are dangerous. They're not good for your children. They're not good for yourselves. So that's an easy way to actually start a product at getting customers, if you're looking at nutrition.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I just totally agree with you. I love the home care range. Why? Because every home cleans itself. Every home cleans itself. And here we have a range that we can show them how to save the planet, get rid of go green. We can show them how to save their children, how to save their own health by getting the toxins out of their home. And we can show a family of 4 to how to save 3,700 Rand a year. So there's many good reasons for people to get onto their home cleaning products. And I think so my question is, if you get somebody onto the home cleaning products, and I hate the word upsell or cross-sell, but how would you get them using other ranges? Because if somebody is a home care product user, we can open them up to other ranges. They potentially could use other ranges. How would you go about doing that?
Well, I think it's as you build a relationship with your customers, which is vital. You get to know more about them. You get to know about their children. It's one of the most important things is to get as much information from your customers, their birthdays, their anniversary, their children's names, what their children do. Find out as much information as you can. And then whenever you call, you can ask about something or somebody, and invariably there's somebody that's either sick or having some sort of a problem, and you say, wow, you know what? We have got the most amazing children nutrition products, and ask that you try them. Can I come and show you? And then I would go around and go and show them the children's product. And they say, have you got anything for adults? And then I say, sure, this is what we have. And it might be adults that are looking for something. They say, I'm feeling so tired, or whatever it might be. And that's always a way. So the most important thing is just building that relationship and knowing your customers, getting to know about them and what they do. And that opens doors for you to be able to go into a lot of different areas. Skincare even, you know, they say, oh, have you got any skincare? Because I struggle so with skincare, allergies and things. And I say, we've got the most amazing organic range now. I was so excited about this range when it came out. I've always used all of them throughout the time of the different ranges that we've had. I've used them all, and this one has, I've always loved them, but this one has just been absolutely amazing. And so you just want to share it with everybody. So it's just getting to know and getting to chat. They must become your friends. That's what I've always had. I mean, I had.
Oh, Gloria, we've lost your sound. 1 second, you're on mute.
Okay.
There we go.
All right.
So some of the, you know, my parents have been in the business for 45, 46 years, and I know some of their customers are, I know them better than some of my aunties and uncles. You know, they have been around that long. And I think that comes back down to what you spoke about, is building that relationship. And we are in this needs-based business. And we talk about the needs, discover what the needs of your distributor or your prospect are. And I think we can bring it back to, we don't actually sell a product, we sell a solution. And,
that's right.
And so when you build this relationship, you don't just go and deliver a product just to deliver the product and take the money. It's finding out a little bit about them. It's listening more than you talk. Ask questions about their family, ask questions about their occupation, ask questions about their children, their dogs, what they like to do. And they are going to just feed you this information where you go, okay, well, you know what? They're lacking energy. You don't need to jump on them there and there, but yeah, I know for our new distributors on the call, we are so equipped to share information right now. We have the TNL app. If you log into your back office, you can download all of our brochures and our flyers. We have the YouTube videos. And if they're talking about, we have testimonies. And if you spot a need, you can go and get information and you can share it with them, not to make a sale, but to make a difference. And say, hey, John, you know, you mentioned that you were just tired all the time. I know you're loving our home care products. You know, take a look at this. I really believe we have a nutrition product that could give you more energy, or whatever the case may be. And so I think it's our responsibility as distributors to equip ourselves, to make sure that we know exactly what is available on the back office, to make sure that we know exactly what is available to share on the TNL app. And so when we do hear these needs, we can go out and share that information. And that is how we get people onto the other ranges, is by discovering their problem and offering them a solution. And then, you know, once a customer, and there might be you know, a lot of overlaps here, but I know you got a lot of practical things that you do. Is you reservice your customers very, very well. And you're one of the most powerful things of our business. We have a what we call a consumable product. And so if I buy a Pro Vitality or bottle of Super 10, guess what? In the next month or two, I'm going to finish that. What do you do to reservice your customers?
Well, I think the most important thing is to have records. You need to have records of your customers. You need to know what they're buying, when they last bought. So you just can have any simple thing, just a book, anything. You can, if you work on the computer, you can do that. You know, as far as your distributors are concerned, on the shop NeoLife, there's a place there that will show you when your distributors need to reorder. But with your customers, that's what you have to do. So that's the part that you have to do. And one of the most important things that we have to do is it takes work to get a customer. They don't just fall into your lap. So you've got to look after them. You've got to support them. You've got to help them. One of the things I do whenever I go to see people is I've always got piles and piles of literature. So I share a lot of literature, because a lot of the people we have, that we work with are not people that spend a lot of time on apps and things like that. I must say we do have a lot of them, and that is wonderful. Just to be able to say, like somebody phoned and they said, "Have you got something for me on the carotenoid and the full motion?" And I could just quickly go into shop NeoLife, and I just took a WhatsApp photo of them and sent it to them, and they sent back. They said, "Thank you very much." So that is so fantastic to be able to do. But you've got to know your customers and know where they are. We have a lot of people that we see, I go and visit them, we see them one-on-one. And I'm always going to make sure that I've got stuff for them, or even my phone, so that I can share stuff with them if they ask me something that I can't, maybe have the answer for them right away, because they ask questions that you can't always answer. And don't ever just answer for the sake of answering. Don't ever be too proud to say, "Sorry, I just need to check this up," no matter how long you've been in the business, all right? Because you forget things, and they ask you a question that you've not come across before, like somebody said to me, "What do I give for ringworms?" And I'm thinking, oh, well, I know that LDC and maybe something else. And then I chatted to one of the other people, in fact, Nelly Domeni, and we were on a chat, and I said, "Nelly," she said, "LDC and aloe gel." Yes, definitely. And, that has been fantastic. So we never go in and immediately. So I said to the person, "I will let you know, I'll find out, and I'll come back to you." And I immediately got the information. I immediately sent her the information and a WhatsApp of the product that she was going to do, because she didn't have them. She was so excited. Thank you very much. It was just, people appreciate when you come back to them. People appreciate that you care. That's what people want to know. If they know you care, then they're prepared to support you, because they're getting support that they don't get anywhere else. That's why you have to know that every one of your customers is special. Everyone. And when you're talking to a customer at a time, they are the most important person to you. So you're not going to be there, just as you said, Drew, dropping off a product and running with the money. You're there to build a relationship and to make them feel important, make them feel that they are valuable and that you appreciate them. I always say, "Thank you so much for your order." I never just take it for granted. It's just a case of saying, even when they, on their slip, on my retail sales slip, or on the computer printout, depending on who I'm working with, I write on there, "Thank you for your order." Just so that they know that you care and that you appreciate them. Yeah. As far as records are concerned, it's just a case of just have something simple with their names, their telephone numbers, everything that you need, what products they've bought. Just have them in columns, and you can make it so simple to be able to do. You can even have special cards for them from a particular box. That was something I've always used. Each customer has a card according to where they lived, so that when I was in the area, sometimes you just pop in. Now we can call, in those days, you would just go and ring the doorbell, and say hi. And so that is what got us into this. So that's why I think we still do it so much, or maybe so well, is because we were trained that way. And it's just important to make customers feel important.
Absolutely. I think nowadays we have to climb the gate and get bitten by the dog before we can actually knock on the door. That's why we have technology to help us through that. And
no, absolutely.
we can bring it down to two things. When you make a sale, you've made a once-off sale, and we can never rely on the customer to come back to us and say, "Hey, I'm finished. I want another whatever." And the information that you've given us is just so useful in building that. And just something that I learned from my mother, in fact, was every time you sell a product, is she's always printed little sticky labels,
stickers,
with her name, her phone number, your email address for a refill or a reorder. And so her details are always there, but never expect them to phone you. And so when you make a sale, you've just got a
Right.
customer, and we can't expect them to come back to us. And there are a few things to, if we look at the customer process, we want to take a customer and make them a loyal customer. How do we make them a loyal customer? We get them to repeat by following up with them, reservicing them, giving them an epic product experience. But I think what we got to realize is that people buy a bottle of Super 10 because they have a need for that bottle of Super 10. Or people buy a Pro Vitality because they have a need for the Pro Vitality. And we need to help them by, when they take the product, we need to follow up with them, because often they will use a Pro Vitality and they might not actually realize what it is doing for them. And so I would suggest to everybody is, once you sell a product to somebody, make sure you phone their customer, not in a month's time to make another sale, but phone them within 4 to 5 days and say, hey, John, it's Drew speaking. I'm just checking in with you. Are you feeling strong on your Pro Vitality? Don't say, hey, how are you feeling on your, ask them a strong question. Hey, Mary, Drew speaking. Did you get that stain out of your carpet with your Super 10? And ask a strong question that is going to draw up a positive response, because you want them to really validate what the product is doing for them. Don't leave that to chance. But what we want to do is take a customer to a loyal customer. Now, a customer doesn't have a lot of value, because if I buy a box of Pro Vitality from a NeoLife distributor, guess what? Next time I'm in the supermarket and I need a new multivitamin, I'm going to buy the next multivitamin I see on the shelf. No problem. But by getting their story, by building that relationship, reservicing them, you turn them into a loyal customer. And that means that they will not go anywhere else other than back to Gloria or back to their distributor to get a nutrition supplement or to get the home care product. But I believe we can turn our distributors not only from a customer to a loyal customer, but we can take it a step further, and we can make them what we call a super customer. What is a super customer? A super customer is somebody that will not use any other nutrition product, will not use any other home care cleaning products, will use our skincare range. But what they will also do is they will go and talk to other people. We are top of mind. If there's a conversation about cleaning products or about nutrition products, they're going to voice their opinion and they're going to recommend NeoLife. They're going to recommend you or Gloria or whoever. And that all comes through doing the things that Gloria has been talking about, is building that relationship, reservicing, finding the needs, making sure that we fulfill their needs and help them achieve the goals or the reasons why they buy the product in the first place. But Gloria, is there anything else that you would like to add to this customer experience before we close this call off?
I think that, one of the important things, Drew, is when you look after your customers well, when you do help them to see more of the products that we have and give them the service, building that up, that's when you have an opportunity. As you said, they also start sharing the products with other people, and often they'll phone and say, please, can I have 3 bottles of Super 10? Then I'll say, oh, fantastic. Or you're going to be spring cleaning, just, no, it's for my neighbor or it's for one of my friends. And that's where you then now know this is somebody you can approach for the business. Because I say, fantastic. When I drop off the product, I'll go and say to them, wow, you're already building a customer base for yourself. Why don't you look at the business? You could be making a profit on them, and so there are often different ways that people will actually open up a door for you to be able to then show them how they can become a distributor. And I really believe that good customers become very good distributors. We've had it in our business, and it works very well.
Yeah. And I think now it's never been easier to reach out to customers than right now and just say, listen, how are you guys doing during lockdown, during COVID? What is going on in your life? I just want to check on you guys. And you'll be astounded by what you dig up and the needs that people are starting to uncover right now. Needs like, hey, they need extra cash flow, or they need security, things that we can really help them with. So, Gloria, I just want to thank you so much. Just before we close off, just one thing I thought of, and Gloria mentioned it, retail profit. Track your retail profit. Okay, find a system, whether it's a system in a book with the columns drawn of the date of purchase, who you sold it to, their contact details, what you sold, how much retail profit did you make? Or you could track it in an Excel spreadsheet if that's what you use. But at the end of the week, at the end of the month, I want you to know this week, this month, this is what I made through my retail profit. Okay, and do that with your team. It's just a great exercise. Don't go and spend that money on the bread and milk on the way back home. Invest it back into your business. That is a good business building skill to develop within your team and yourself. So, Glor, I just want to thank you for being with us this evening. And thank you for sharing that information that you've shared. And to the team, my challenge to you is to, number one, reach out to all your existing customers. Turn them from customers to super customers. Take that on a journey. Won't happen overnight, but over the next couple of months, take them on that journey, and they will become some of your greatest distributors. And get out there and find yourself some new customers and build their customer base. All of our top distributors have a very, very solid customer base. So it's no secret to it. Develop their customer base. So everybody, have a great week. Month end is next week, Tuesday. So we all know what we have to do. Okay? Make sure we are qualifying in title or taking that next step. But let's roll with this momentum. We fought so hard to get this momentum. Let's fight to keep this momentum and close this year out incredibly well and strong. So God bless you all. Have a great Wednesday evening and the rest of the week. And we will connect with you on Monday night. We have Anna Maria Riccardi, who didn't make it this Monday. She will be on Monday night doing an opportunity meeting. So invite guests, and we'll see you all on Monday night. Thank you, Gloria. Lots of love to you and Pete.
Thank you. Thank you. Good night. Good night.
Good night.